Did you know we have just got raped? We were beaten to a pulp with anticipating of coming in and kicking some Seahawk ass. But what ends up happening? Last week's defense decided to take the goddamn day off. So what do we got? We got an offense that gets to play part-time during the course of the goddamn game. And what ends up happening? We lose our ass like, it was just, it was embarrassing to watch the whole fucking debacle. So today, fuck it. Let's just talk about the 49ers like they need to be talked about. Daryl, come on in here, man. What do you got to say about this bullshit?
Fucking no defensive effort, man. What the fuck? Full tackling, just letting Wilson run, let Rawls run, just no pressure, barely any fucking pressure. Offense barely has any time, and why the fuck is the right side still have with Devi and Pears? Tell me about that shit. What the fuck, Tomsula? The right side is fucking causing us to lose momentum on our fucking offensive drives. I'm sick of this shit.
Game after game after game, no adjustments made. We saw the balls. What was Lockett doing out? It's the same play they ran 3 weeks ago. Same goddamn play, and we have not adjusted yet. Then why the hell are they getting paid? I know one thing. There better be some screaming and yelling in the meeting tomorrow, starting with the coaching staff. If they're no more prepared than that, I got to worry if Tomsula's doing it. Guys, rest and take care of your bodies, man. I don't want anybody. I want you guys to be healthy for the game. We're not going to practice except for the day before the game, and we're going to go in there and kick their ass. You stupid son of a bitch. If you don't stop that shit, Jimmy T, we're going to lose every fucking game between now and the end of the season. Who's next? Is it Daryl? All right, go ahead, Daryl. I got to calm down, man. Go ahead, guys. I can't talk no more, man.
I could barely say anything, you know. I pretty much said a lot of shit. So yeah, defense is, you know, we just let Seattle fuck us in the ass.
I don't know. I bought a black one.
Let's. Who else is waiting here? Okay, Brandon. Daryl, stand down for a minute. Brandon, go ahead, man. What do you have to say about this? I don't even know how to call it a game.
It wasn't a game. It looked like a scrimmage. I mean, a high school scrimmage. I mean, there was no defense. The only two out there seemed like Tart and Navarro. I mean, those were the only two guys out there. The entire game playing defense. The defensive line had no significant pressure on Russell Wilson except for the beginning of the second half. That was it. And then, offensive-wise, we did well except for the offensive line. That's always been a problem. It seems like we should have started Kilgore this week instead of next week, but
he's not ready.
He's not ready.
He starts next week, though. You already know that.
Right. And, man, it's just Pears. Why is he still on the field? Why?
Because they claim they have nobody better, that he doesn't make mental mistakes. Him and Debbie, they don't make mental mistakes. But nobody cares about the physical mistakes. They can make all of those they want, but they don't make mental mistakes, according to Geep Christ. Well, Geep, then why don't you get your ass out on the offensive line? You don't make mental mistakes. You know the offense. You could do just as well and probably be faster.
You put on your ass. That's all you do. 24/7. All you do is get pushed back. Put on your ass on the right side. If you're going to get put on your ass 24/7, then why bother even playing on the fucking field? Why play them?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, play less men. Just let somebody else just cover half the gap.
Put some defensive linemen in there. How about that? Let some D linemen play some offensive line? How about that?
Yes. Would have played well in that.
Man.
Put in like Quentin Dow or something like that.
Yeah. Who else doesn't do a damn thing on offense? Hey, how about go ahead and let Tank Carradine play the offensive line? He can't play defense anyway.
Yeah.
Is that Brandon?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead, finish. Let's try to stay calm and let Brandon finish his piece. All right, Brandon, go ahead, babe. Sorry.
Yeah. And the running backs, it just seems like we could not get something going there the entire running game. They take us down 3 or 4 yards in, and then that goes mostly on the offensive line because there's still no blocking on that right side. And then Gabbert did his part. He did his best. He he didn't have enough confidence to get another touchdown in, but he seemed like he made the right decisions all game except for the 2 questionable passes that could have been intercepted. Those were the only 2 passes in the entire game that looked like he was shaken up. I mean, a few more weeks from now, he's going to start looking better and better. He's going to gain more confidence. I don't know if we'll win many more games, but he'll look better, and he'll look better for the future. I don't know. I mean, if he performs as well as he did in the Atlanta game and possibly this game with the confidence he had, we won't even need to draft a quarterback other than for a backup. And I don't know if we'll keep Cap or not. That's questionable. I mean, Trent seems like he wants to keep him, but everyone else wants him gone. It's sad, but it's the truth.
It's an interesting situation with Camp Trent. All right, Brendan. Who's? Okay. Hey, Brandon. We'll see you next week. I'm gonna start moving people out now so we can get people in. So we'll see you next time. And well, I tell you what, I don't know what kind of mood we're going to be in next week. It can't be any worse than this week. The defense has to be embarrassed enough to at least think about when they get back to San Francisco how they sucked, and hope they watch their own film and puke on it while they're watching.
I bet that I wouldn't be surprised if Jim Tomsula is gone by next week. I honestly wouldn't. That's got to go on the coaching. Most of it's got to go.
Oh, there's going to be some screaming tomorrow. All right, Brandon. Let me see you next week. Let's get Rudy in here, please.
Our defense has been trash all year. Our offensive line has been trash all year. Our drafting has been trash for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Baalke cannot draft a star player, a wide receiver. He cannot draft a lineman. He cannot draft. Okay, granted, he's drafted Carlos Hyde. He's made some moves. He's drafted Lynch. Good. But name me a star player on our team that he's drafted. This goes beyond just this one game. And then another thing is, who's our offensive coordinator? Geep Christ. Wasn't Geep Christ the guy that would call red zone plays under Jim Harbaugh? He called red zone plays under Jim Harbaugh. What was our weakness under Jim Harbaugh? Wasn't it the red zone plays that we cannot score a touchdown when we were in the red zone? And you promote this man to be our offensive coordinator? Tell me how that makes sense. Nobody, we could not hire an offensive coordinator. We couldn't get a coach in here. That's why we ended up with Tomsula. Even Adam Gase didn't want to take a job after all. We cannot.
Adam would have came, but Adam said, "I need Vic Fangio as my defensive coordinator," and they told him no.
You're right. That's right. You're true. And then I see a video of Jed York with his hand over his mouth, in awe, like shocked, like he can't believe his eyes. What are you shocked about?
Idiot.
There's nothing to be shocked about. You knew this was coming. You know this team is trash right now. It's a complete reboot that we need to do. And I frankly do not believe that Jed York has the capability of hiring another GM, and that's why he has not fired Trent Baalke yet, because he does not trust in himself to hire a quality GM. Do you believe that he could hire a GM?
Hell no. He's already done it.
Another problem is Parag Marathe. Parag Marathe wants to be Billy Bean and be an analyst guy and look at numbers and think that, I can work a contract. Look at the job I did with Kaepernick. Fuck a contract. Put quality men on the field. Don't worry about contracts. Don't worry about salary cap. Worry about putting quality players on the field. Anyway, that's another thing. Fire Parag Marathe. He's got to get out of there, man. He's John York's little puppet. John York is another analytical guy that looks at numbers. Parag Marathe impressed him with the numbers, and that's why he has a job.
They all come out of that same mold. We're geniuses. We can do this. Analytically, we can come up with all the answers you need for any problem. I can apply this formula and this formula, and it'll come out to this, and this will come out to this, and we'll have a winning football game. If that has been proven to be BS, the guy over in Oakland with the A's is okay.
Billy Bean. Yeah. How many championships has he won with the A's?
Whew. Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, Rombo, hopefully we can get over this loss. A tough loss. It's hard to watch this game. But unfortunately, we're stuck with this team for a lifetime because we're faithful and
I know,
we're not going anywhere. But
that's why we get so emotionally messed up.
That's true.
All right, let the next person get in
Yes,
here
sir.
and talk about it. Thanks for coming by, man. I'll
Yes,
see
sir.
you next week, okay?
Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too. All right, Norm. Come on in, Norm. Talk about how much we love how we play football in San Francisco.
Well, I want to give it to you the way Coach Jimmy Tomsula would give it to us. And it goes a little something like this.
Well, we got mixed hurt feelings from Eric Mangini, letting the goddamn Seahawks get 300 fucking yards on us, and I'm pissed. But as Jim Thompson always says, it's all on me, you know. I wish I had Kaepernick back, but obviously he has a chip. It's like, fuck. I sit here and here's my big point. Right? We knew but I expected the team to put in more effort than they did. Defense, well, y'all slow dancing with the Seahawks, man. Like y'all trying to grab these niggas' booties and stuff, man.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't tackling or nothing. Y'all just grabbing them like, oh, good game, guys. I'm not on your team. Tackle me.
Damn right.
Gabbert is the MVP of the doggone game.
He's the only one.
I'm sorry. Wait. No. Navarro Bowman did good. Bolden did good.
Okay,
And
Bolden did good.
he did good.
Gabbert was well. Also, Torrey only got a couple of chances.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Reed came to play today. Tart.
He came to play.
Shit.
But
At least McDonald caught some fucking balls.
Man.
McDonald. Yeah,
McDonald.
McDonald and Garrett did the same thing they did last week. They were good.
Mm-hmm. At least they know how to catch a fucking ball.
Check that out. That was good.
Fucking contain it.
Yeah, I still.
My problem was our defense. Our defense was just garbo. Our defense looked like the fourth quarter defense before kickoff, and I was not happy. Like Swiss cheese. This is the same Swiss cheese offense that. Hold on, let me put my hat on. Let me represent to the fullest. Anyway, this is the same team that. It's the same Swiss cheese defense that we've been complaining about since week 2. Mm-hmm. Like, where is that shut down Adrian Peterson defense at? Where has that been at?
In the Devontae Freeman. How did that happen? Where were they? I tell you where they were. They didn't.
Maybe they left. They left all that tackling back at California. You know, when they got on the plane. They was probably checking their luggage like, okay, I got deodorant. All right, I got my Bruno Mars CDs. Okay, did I forget my tackling? Did I forget how to tackle?
Yeah.
I left that shit in San Francisco. Damn it. Wife gonna tackle the shit out of me when I get home because I lost the game.
And here's the thing about it. We have to listen to more bullshit from them goddamn Seahawks fans. Oh, man, we own you motherfuckers, man. Don't even talk to me, man. If we don't beat nobody else all year, we'll beat the goddamn 49ers, man. Y'all ain't shit, man. You're getting fucking worse.
Hey, look at this. They can't take that from us, though. They can never take that from us.
That's right.
The 1 and 2s can never take that from us. You understand me?
That's right.
The Super Bowl 49 can never take that from us. You know what? I got so much dirt on these chickens, they can't even talk to me about being a championship team. They can't. Russ Kaepernick, if y'all want to go there.
No. You know what? That's a good way to get. Now I'm not even gonna be polite. Next time I start arguing, I'm just cussing motherfuckers out, man. Fuck the Seahawks. And if the Seahawks are watching right now, you motherfuckers got away. And I heard the announcers talk about the Seahawks are back. Your asses ain't back. You'll lose.
They ain't back. They lost. They barely just came together against a struggling San Francisco 49ers and almost lost the game to our backup quarterback. So they're not back. This is not their back game.
Play a solid defense and then start talking.
No.
Play a top 5 defense and then start talking. That's what I want to hear from the Seahawks.
They should have lost the Lions.
Our Canadian Indoor Soccer League defense made their offense look like the Broncos of this, look like the Broncos of 2013. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real talk.
We got
our defense was like and I sat and watched the whole fucking thing like a real Niner fan does.
Down to the last minute. As a Norm? Yeah, Norm, we gotta go. It seems like the complaints are coming in. Let me let you go.
Oh, they're piling up.
Bye, man. We'll see you next week. We'll probably still be just as mad, but at least, yes, indeed, quest for
Hey,
6.
but guess what? The quest for 6 never dies, homie. Niners all day.
Thanks, Norm. All right, Patrick, come on in there, man. Oh, Patrick, there you are, man.
Hey, what's going on,
Totally gonna
Rumble?
come by, man. Good to see you, bro.
Good to be back.
Man, we got our ass handed to us, and it had nothing to do with the offense this time. It was all about non-existent defense that suddenly decided not to come to work. What are your feelings on that?
Just watching the first half, we beat that dead horse already, but tackling it was nasty. It looked like no one really showed up to play. Honestly, like this game is supposed to be our rival. These games are always supposed to be heated, and I think it was Nolan, the guy talking before. He said, it was like picking him up, patting him on the back, like this is a rivalry game. We don't like each other, and it didn't seem like there was any of that fire on the field. Like there's a few guys out there slamming around, like Eric Reed was putting some big hits on, but aside from a few here and there, it's like it just didn't look like a rivalry game. It didn't look like no one wanted to tackle anybody. It was pretty fucking ridiculous at the end of it. Like 3-4 guys trying to take down Rawls. Every play, the Seahawks didn't have to coordinate shit on offense because they just had their way with the defense. Like it was too easy. Everyone saw how that game was going to end from the first half.
Mm-hmm. Right from the opening drive.
It was nasty.
I tell you what, man. There's got to be some dudes that get cussed out tomorrow, man. I mean, everybody on 75% of the defense needs to be talked to in a real nasty fashion. That was inexcusable. You guys didn't bring shit to the game. You got millions of 49er fans out there thinking you're going to bring game, and you didn't bring shit. Didn't bring a goddamn thing. Just got abused and embarrassed.
And this is the year, too. The Seahawks team right now, the guy before was saying they are I think they are garbage. I don't think they're special for beating. Not to knock us down, but we ain't shit this year. And if they want to brag about getting a win over us, coming back, they ain't going nowhere this year. That's the thing. It wasn't an impressive game. They should have lost a lot of games. They could be right where we are right now.
Right.
So it's like this is the year we could have beat them. We should have beat them, in my opinion, but whatever.
Oh,
It's a disappointment.
At least we get to watch them go down the tubes. I just want to hear about the comeback supposedly they made after today.
Yeah.
We'll see about the comeback next week.
It'll be a funny week for headlines for Seattle, definitely.
Man. All right, Patrick. It seems like the line is stacking up with people who want to talk about the 49ers. Thanks for coming by, bro. I'm gonna let you go, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Good catching up, man. Take it easy.
Thanks, here, bro. All right. Hey, Wyatt.
Hey, how's it going, Rambo?
Wyatt, it's going terrible, man. Just awful. I've never been so more humiliated in my life, man. You know what? If I could just get on the phone, get a conference call with the entire locker room, man, I would light that place up with that. That was bullshit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Has anyone talked about the roughing the defenseless receiver call on Patton in the first half? What was that? That was the equivalent to Moody on Wilson last year, which changed the whole momentum. I mean, not like that changed a whole lot, but still, it's like that 13th man is real. I feel like so every time we play him, man, we always get some kind of.
You point out something very interesting there because Ed Hokeley. Ed Hokeley was the same asshole. He was the ref last year when he made a couple of key bad calls. Ed is again. That hit on Patton on Locke was exactly. It hit him in the midsection. He didn't call for a fair catch. They give him 15 yards.
Yeah, clear as day. Hit him with the shoulder. And it's like, why aren't they able to review that? The refs should be fined for their fucking mistakes. That way they improve their reffing. It's like, why does it only go one way,
They get evaluated and fined every year. They just keep on going. You know what? They'll get fined. I think the league lies to us. They say, well, we evaluated him and we did suspend him and fine him for X amount of dollars. I think it's a lie. They didn't do anything to him. Well, we know how tough a job you've got out there, so we're going to let that ride. We've got to alert the public to the fact that we took disciplinary action. Oh, you lie.
Yeah. Well, anyways, back to the game, though. I mean, Gabbert was looking good, towards the end there, and then he started kind of that last run by Rawls. That's what really killed us. That missed tackle by Will Hoyt is just like, dude, you gotta make that, man. Like, that was a big, big missed tackle right there, and it ended up, killing us.
Get down from there, girl.
We just looked awful on defense. Daryl, let's move. I got to move on. We got a bunch of people waiting. Let me see you next week. I hope we don't have to put a mad on for a second week in a row. It's just really, really uncomfortable. But thanks for coming by, man.
Yeah, right on. Thank you, Rumbo.
Right. Is that Tradish? Tradish. Hey, Tradish.
Hey, Rumbo.
Well, Tradish.
You gotta start eating first.
Your observers. Listen, guys, try to keep the background noise down, please, guys. Tradish, go ahead. I got background noise going on here. Tradish, go ahead, man.
Oh, look, the one thing that we had going with us throughout the year with the bad offense was that our defense was still able to stand up. That's gone today. At times it was a little thin, but it was still there. We could rely on the fact that we were strong in the D. Now, with the amount of yards the running backs getting straight up the guts, where does that leave us? We were talking on Twitter about the rebuilding word. I don't see rebuilding. It's like we got to build. I don't know where we're starting from right now.
Well, obviously, the defense has been exposed. I thought they were better than that last week and the week before even. So apparently, the defense is going to be number one now because the offense looks like there is a possibility if we get rid of about 2 or 3 people. So it looks like it's a defense.
I thought that the defense was struggling when they did struggle in previous weeks simply because they were being asked to do the bulk of the work. The offense was turning over the ball, 3 and outs, that sort of stuff. So that the defense was on the field a lot, and they were being shown up, but they were still doing the job. Today, it just seemed like they weren't able to hold those initial runs, hold those initial bursts, and the numbers show it now because obviously the massive amount of numbers that Seattle is putting on us is just heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm. Excellent point too, because the defense used to be what everybody was talking about was so good if we only had an offense. Now we see the defense on the field all day because they can, and it's not anybody's fault but theirs, so we end up getting our ass kicked. So I don't know. If they have to go back and evaluate the whole team again, I wonder who is the worse, the offense or the defense.
They're buying all these, free agent running backs and offensive players, and we're not getting anything from it. We're not getting any numbers. We're not getting any catches. We're not getting any yards. So why are we buying all these players, off free agency?
It's
having guys on practice squad.
It's the duct tape. It's the duct tape effect, Tradish. It's patch up and go, patch up and go. You know how your car is running down the highway, and you've got to make it just a little bit further. You drop it at the gas station. He wraps up a pipe with some tape, and they keep on going until they can get in and get the whole thing fixed. That's what's going on with the 49ers right now. This is not what you see now is not by any means going to be the permanent group. Guarantee you that. Come next year, when audition time comes to get on the 53-man roster, 60% of them comedians you've seen today will not be on that team, and that I can assure you. Good Lord, they've got to go.
Has to be. So they shouldn't be on there now, but anyway.
Well, you got no choice because it's too late in the season. Travis, I got to cut you short here because I got to go to the next guy. And thanks for coming by, man. I'll see you on Twitter, man.
You will. All right. Cheers, dude.
I got the reaction, dude. Reaction, dude. Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, bro. Today's not a good day to ask me how I'm doing, but I'll ask you. Go ahead and how are you doing?
Well, I'm not doing great actually. I was literally just on Instagram. I was literally your first comment on your video. I was literally just there, and I see this little Seahawk fan, just keeps commenting, like, "Oh, we're making the playoffs and everything." I'm like, "Come on, man, just stop typing and get out of the profile."
Damn. I knew they'd come running over as soon as that game was over. You don't
The
see them
first thing I
sign those
wanted-
sons of bitches all week long until now. Oh.
the first thing I wanted to do was just break that freaking TV, with a bat. I was, oh my goodness, man. I was literally, I think it was like 5 minutes into the game, we saw 2 touchdowns. Are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm not in a good mood right now. I'm just not feeling well. I'm trying to break. I feel like breaking something right now. It's just. Now, so all you faithfuls out there, you know what happened today, right? You guys all know 2 touchdowns happened in like 5 minutes into the game. It was horrible. I hated watching the 49ers defense. After 2 years of watching the 49ers, I think they were like number 1 defense. I think that was 2 years ago when that happened. And they just broke apart, It's more of the defense fault than it is the offense. That's what it is.
Today it sure was. To be like, reaction, dude. I gotta go, man. It seems like we're getting a lot of complaints ready to roll here. Thanks for coming by, bro. And as we suffer and united in our pain, I'll see you next week, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Right. Hopefully, you have something to say about Arizona.
Oh God, I don't look forward to that. All right, bro. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.
All right. Is that double? Hey, double O. Go ahead, double O. Oh, is it Joseph? Okay, so I don't see what you're saying. Joseph, boy, I know you got something to say.
Hold up.
You probably feel it. Yes, indeed.
Hey, missing that guy right there. Heck, no, I'm not. Look it, man. I didn't think we were going to go out there and dominate. I didn't think the defense was going to be as bad as we were. I thought they should have let Cromartie freaking play more than they did with Brock. Brock is acting like a straight sissy. He got signed 2 years ago after that Houston game when we blew Houston out of the water. And ever since then, like, look at the way he's tackling. I mean, it was all day long. We missed tackles left and right. Gabbert, I like what he did, but I'm just kind of like, I wish he would have went for it a little bit more. He played it real safe, and those 3 points, we could have had 2 touchdowns. He really shined on this one. Our running game is suffering, and that's evident. I really didn't think we were gonna win this one. I mean, if we did, I would have been like, woohoo! But I didn't see us coming in there and dominating. But we did better on offense than we did previous years. I mean, there's been times, bro, where we went in. Excuse you. There's been times we went in there and it was only like we only gained 3 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know it sucks.
That was the first touchdown since 2013.
Crazy, right? You know what I mean? Like, and then to top it off, like Gabbert was pissed at the end of it. I mean, if you go back and you watch it, that boy was pissed off. The backup quarterback tried to tell him something, and he got pissed and walked away and shined him on. That boy has some fire in him. He has a lot of people are talking about his toughness. He's been taking hits. I wouldn't want to take hits in Jacksonville, knowing I'm not going to go anywhere, get my career taken. But he knows he's on a contender. Now, it sucks because I can't wait. Well, I can't wait for next year because next year our cap space is going to be so open because of Kaepernick. He ain't going to be there. He's going to be gone. And I hope I don't know how everyone feels, but I don't like Will Hoyt. I don't like what he does. He's a soft tackler.
Same here.
I don't like him. We gotta get an offensive line because our offensive line on the right side it's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, but like nice. Everyone was saying, I know I'm being nice today because I'm a little happy because Cappy ain't there. I'm happy because Cappy ain't there, but Gabby is. You know what I mean? But hey, bro, I just wanted to come on here and say, look, next week I think it's gonna happen like this. This is what I think. I think we'll either win by a field goal or we're gonna lose by a touchdown. I don't know. I don't see us going. I don't see us going in there and freaking looking disgustingly ugly on defense like we did today. But until then, hey, Huh?
We never do it.
Yeah,
huh?
we're at home on this one, so I think our defense is gonna step up a little bit because they got embarrassed. They got freaking embarrassed.
I mean, like somebody just went down there and pulled every last one of his pants down to his feet and see his little silly ass. God, they really look. Oh, they look so bad.
Hell, and as far as the Seahawks making the playoffs, bro, you see how many injuries they got today? Come on, like the Seahawks, they're full of crap. That's like saying the Raiders are going. I mean, come on.
Same.
I just brushed it under the rug.
Really.
Hey, but I'm gonna let you go. So all these guys right here can say what they want. But I gotta just hit you real quick. Niners! Stay faithful, my friends. Peace out, Ron.
All right, bro. I needed that, man. Thanks, John.
All right, late.
God dang! I'll tell you what. Is it the Davovito? Hey, did I pronounce that right? Davovito.
Yeah, it was pretty tough, man.
Oh boy, that's an understatement there.
Okay, well, in fact, I'm the best corner in the game. I haven't even have one interception in the game. Pretty much, but at least Gabbert, no interception. That was 265 yards, really good. But at the same time, the defense really stuck pretty badly. It's surprising very much because I feel like should we go for it? I mean, there's a lot of situations. I'm saying 7-20. I'm like, oh, hold it. So we might make a comeback here. But it's the defense, man. It's that defense. And 200 and how much? Bro got
Davovito.
Yeah.
Nearly 500 yards of total offense.
Oh.
Rawls on his own got 200 yards on the ground. You know what? If you start throwing them numbers around, man, everybody's gonna get mad again. I was trying to calm down.
Right.
So you know what? Your connection's a little bad. We're gonna have to let you go till next time. But listen, bro, I want to thank you for coming by. All right.
Yeah. All right. I see the syndrome from Seattle. I see Drew Brees. I see Cap. I see RG3. I see all of them going down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Your signal's coming. It's just really, it's not connected. Let me, maybe you can get back on. We gotta go, man. But thanks for coming by.
Okay, but I know at the end of the day, I hope we get in top. I hope they go to the basement. I hope we get in second. Later.
All right, bro. All right, Double O.
Hey, Rombo. Hey, another rough game, man.
More than rough. That was humiliating. Humiliating and embarrassment.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I look at the problems that we have right now, and it's pretty bleak because we seem to have problems almost everywhere. We have personnel problems. We got, in my opinion, coaching problems, and we got front office problems. It's like a trifecta. It's like a trifecta of problems everywhere. Because some teams they got the talent, but they don't got the coaching staff. Some teams got the coaching staff and the GMs. They're good, but they maybe had a few bad drafts or whatever. They don't have the personnel. It seems like we don't have a strong base anywhere. We don't have a division in the organization that says, all right, don't worry, we're going to take care of this, and we're going to make sure things get going. It seems like everyone's a little incompetent this season. So, I mean, I'm hoping that we get some competent coaches coming in next year. I think we regret not getting Adam Gase. I think he could have helped us. I mean, but here's the thing that's really upsets me is that who's going to want to come play coach for us when our GM has this perception of him being a complete asshole. Like that's what I mean. The whole fallout between him and Jim Harbaugh was terrible. It looked the rumors about him leaking information, leaking all this stuff. His daughter went on Twitter and I guess bashed offense coordinator Roman. I mean, if you're ahead. I think it was the last season he was there.
Oh yeah.
So if you're a coach, I mean, if you hear all that, you're like, oh, I mean, we want to offer you a position, a head coaching position. I think most of the seasoned coaches are going to say, you know what, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it's a head coaching position in the NFL, so there are a lot of young up-and-comers who don't care. They just want their opportunity. But, I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of bleak right now. All I'm hoping for is that, I don't know. So I just hope that we have a strong draft class. I mean, what else can we hope for right now?
From top to bottom, there's some needs for people to leave, and there's some needs to bring some people in. And actually, Trent's daughter was out of line last year because it was not Greg Roman. It was Coach Harbaugh. He's the one who took the selection of players. And the reason I know that because Buffalo, Tyrod Taylor's running all over the field. It wasn't that was Harbaugh's idea to put him back in the pocket and make him sit there and do things that he cannot do. So you know what? I'll never forgive Jim for that. I will never. And now that I look back on it, that was wrong. And he never said anything either. He just let Greg Roman be the fall guy the whole time.
Yeah. That's why I bring up that he's kind of an asshole. You know, like you would think that someone, you know, with a respectable demeanor to him would say, "Hey, I'm sorry, that was unprofessional. My daughter." If that was my daughter, I'd ask her to apologize. Number one. Go on Twitter and say, you know what, I was out of line. I'm not in the building. I don't know any better. I mean, it just looks bad. And then it looks bad because if she's talking about it, then is it coming from Trent Baalke originally? You know, it's just all this. It just seems like it's so childish, it's so unprofessional. I mean, this is the 49ers organization here. This is a 5 Super Bowl winning franchise with some of the greatest coaches, some of the greatest players ever. And I mean, it's not getting treated like that right now. It really isn't.
Yeah. So Trent, what does he do? He goes in and deletes his daughter's account, and that's the end of that. Oh.
Yeah. Did you watch any Michigan this weekend? It made me miss Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, I did.
Because you know how today our defense looked like they didn't come out to play. A Jim Harbaugh team's going to come ready to play every week.
Okay, you got a good point there, though. Hey, Double-O, I got to go, man, because we're going to run out of time. Thanks for bye, bro.
Robbo, I'll see you later.
All right. JT.
Yo, what happened? What's happening, man?
Oh, misery.
I'm on vacation right now.
Yeah.
I'm in Florida.
All right, man.
Yeah.
So you watch that debacle from vacation while you're having a good time.
Yeah, I was on my phone, man. I watched it on my phone, and I was, it was. I'm really proud of Blaine Gabbert. That's one thing.
He looked good.
He looked good, man. He didn't seem, shook. He didn't get shaken up by that defense. He played well. I wanted to kill Erik Pears. He kept letting Cliff Averill go right by him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was like a.
But other than that, man, I mean, I thought as a whole the 49ers offense played well enough. I thought the coaching staff didn't do any bit of good game planning against that defense.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, I guess, didn't want to play today. I don't know what was going on with them. Why they let Kenneth Acker play back there when Cromartie had such a good game, I have no clue. Acker seemed like he didn't want to tackle today. What's his face? Tremaine Brock didn't seem like he wanted to play football at all today. I don't know what he was. He got ran over twice by Rawls. And I mean, it was just a horrible effort on defense. It was kind of sad to watch. But as far as the Jim Harbaugh thing, man, I'm sorry, but the Niners sometimes didn't come to play either when he was a coach. I don't know if you remember those 42-13 and 29-3 losses in Seattle that we had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got blown out, and that was with Cap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's it's just for some reason in Seattle they just want to play, and they said it actually. They said it. They want to play their game in Seattle. You should adjust to the teams that you play. You game plan. You don't play your game plan. You don't play your game against a team that already knows your game. You switch it up. You try to you do different things to them. It's like playing chess. You want to make the right moves to counter what they're going to do. But instead, they never do that. They just want to play their game, which Seattle knows our game. They've known us for how many years? And it's like they're in our playbook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they know every play we're going to run before we run it.
Yeah, man, it's pretty. I don't like playing Seattle sometimes because it's just like the coaches don't want a game plan right against them. It's just weird.
But today, JT, you know what? Had the defense came to play just a little bit, even just a little bit. You know their tradition of stopping any running back from getting over 100 yards.
Yeah, that was horrible.
One of the things that they usually do, over 200 yards for a nobody. And all the other things they did, and all that arm tackling and just looking just like we're not ready to play today, so we're just going to go through the motions because the people paid for their seats, and so we got to put on a show. You idiots.
Yeah, it was bad.
God.
Yeah, it was really sad to watch on defense. And I mean, so many, like, 3rd and 10s where they got it, and so many, like, it was just horrible. I mean, I was mad. I was tweeting out some stuff about the holds. There was a lot of holding going on by Seattle on offense.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like, I mean, come on, you gotta do something to stop them. You know they're gonna do these quick. There was a play where Jimmy Graham was just left wide open by Acker, like on a 3rd and like 10. I mean, you know he was gonna cut inside. He never goes outside like that. Why would you let him inside? Like he let him inside by like 5 or 6 yards.
JT, he did that to Bowman one play too in the 4th quarter. I cannot believe they got away. He did that and they didn't. No reaction.
Yeah, it was weird, man. That off coverage, like it's like they didn't want to get let them catch underneath. We don't want to get beat deep. But the thing is, I'd rather take my chances getting beat deep like that and having Russell Wilson overthrow it or something than have them catch an easy slant like that and get the first down every time. At least do something.
Went over Lockett's head.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Lockett's the one. He's the one right now killing us.
Mm-hmm. It was a two-man wrecking crew. Lockett and Rawls.
Yeah. Well, we gotta it's one of those years. It's gonna be a tough rest of the year.
Yeah.
They should suck it up. I like Blaine Gabbert though. I don't think he's that bad of a quarterback. I don't know what people say. Oh, he's Blaine Gabbert, like he's so bad, but he looks poised. He looks pretty accurate. I mean, minus like I think I saw one bad throw today, and the only bad throw, and I mean there was some bad throws where the Seattle almost had a chance to intercept it or whatever, but for the most part he was pretty accurate. At that time though, you have to pass, so Seattle knows you're going to pass. But for the most part, he was pretty accurate, pretty on time with his throws, and I mean he made Anquan Bolden look like he was like, I mean how long did you know what I mean? Like, how long have you seen? And those back shoulder throws he throws are pretty good, too. Like, Cap never does that. All these Cap people tweeting about Cap all day long. Oh, Cap would have scored more than 0 points. Cap would have scored more than 3. No, Cap doesn't. Cap's been scoring 3 points the last 3 years for them. And on top of that, he had the one good game in Seattle on the NFC Championship game where he still blew that game for us anyways.
When all 49er fans get on the same page, it's, it is what it is. There's no point, and just look at things for what they are and what shows, and let that be the truth.
Yeah. He's just a man that lost his confidence, and now he lost a lot of dollars because he's going to get traded or released, so it doesn't matter about him anymore. But the 49ers need to move on. Fans need to move on because it's just not going to happen with Cap. I mean, if he goes somewhere and has success, kudos to him. But the Niners need somebody else because he's lost confidence.
Let me get a few more complaints, but we're going to run out of time here in a minute.
Take it easy, y'all.
Enjoy your vacation, bro. See you next week.
Thank you.
All right.
Later.
All right. Zaid. Yeah. Have you got your mic on? Is he muted? I got no sound. And I'm getting feedback, so there's something wrong here. Okay. Let's see if all right, let's go. So let's see if you can get that worked out. There's a button or something you need to push. Let's go to CJ.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, CJ, terrible things. Everything's down, bro. Everything is down.
I get it.
You're feeling
I understand it.
Yeah. So how you feeling about this game?
I'm not surprised.
Ah, okay.
we could blame on the players. We could blame on the offensive line. We could blame on the right side of the offensive line. We could blame on Kaepernick. We could blame on anybody else. But bottom line, though, is what surprised me was the fact that Trent Baalke came out and did an interview today out of the blue right after Kaepernick gets benched. And you could say Kaepernick didn't get benched because he was put on IR, but he was benched.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that there's 49ers conspiracy theorists out there and stuff like that. But for me, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a Kaepernick fan supporter. I just think that he got the raw deal. That's it. I just think that it's just a poor leadership and management position from the top. And being in the military, I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes down to the leadership philosophy and leadership points of view, it goes a long way. And 49ers, there's none at all. Zero.
And what is left of it is in shambles.
And you can't expect foot soldiers to go ahead and pick up the pieces and put it together and then go ahead and go with there's a mad feedback. I don't know why. I can hear myself. But I just don't see how you expect a player to go ahead and pick up the pieces and roll through and then come up with their own philosophy when there's no end statement when it comes down to the organization, you know, and it's sad. I want to say I'm mad, which I am, because this is like the Super Bowl of the regular season. But it's sad to see my beloved 49ers, and I love that tat on that hand, by the way. But it's I don't know. I'm lost. Come on, Rambo. Come on, man. Help me out now.
Man. I feel you. You know, it's just a frustrating thing to watch. We went down from 3 years of championship football to all of a sudden looking like we're a team starting from scratch. You can't get any worse, CJ, so it's got to get better, man. See, I got a couple more people to go because we're almost running out of time. And thanks for coming by, man. I'm going to see you next time, huh?
All right, Rambo.
Yeah. Peace, bro.
All right, brother.
All right. Sean, go ahead, man. Sean, I got no sound. Go ahead. Sean, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Sean, see if you can get that fixed. Sean, you may be muted out. Hit. Let me go to Josh.
Rambo.
Who's is that Sean?
No, this is Josh.
Hey, Josh. Hey, Josh. Josh. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, hey, mate. Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, shucks. On a very bad occasion, but yeah. Josh, what are your assessments on this debacle that we just got through watching?
I didn't actually watch the game. I followed it on Bleacher Report. I've got to say, playing Gabbert, he's actually looking. He's basically got a new lease of life from what I can see. One touchdown today with nearly 300 yards. I mean, that's pretty impressive for him.
Here's the thing: he wasn't on the field very much today either. Compared to Russell Wilson, was on the field all day because our defense could not stop them from scoring into first downs. Every third down they actually turned over. He didn't have as much time as he could have. Had the defense gotten them off the field a little more often and had our guy on the field more often, we would have won that game.
I reckon so.
But anyway, yeah, that was what happened with that.
Yeah, well, got to build up for next week, I guess. See if we can do anything.
Hopefully the adjustments will made with the defense, and actually, hopefully they'll not embarrass the entire 49er empire next week. So, yeah. All right. Listen, Josh, I want to talk to you again because I got about 2 more people here before we run completely out of time.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for coming by, my man.
All right. You see, mate.
All right. Bye-bye, Josh.
Bye.
And that's it. You got.
Rumble.
Yeah, we have this with your system a lot, don't we? Let's see if we can. All right, Jay, it's all yours, man. What do you got to say about the San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah. Out of all the, when we lost to Arizona 47-7, no game this season has pissed me the hell off more than this damn game.
Oh.
Man, I just wanted to throw a baseball or something through my TV because, God, our defense just kept missing tackles on a undrafted rookie free agent backup running back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you get Marshawn Lynch out, and all of a sudden you let this guy put up, like, I would rather have Marshawn Lynch playing the damn game than this guy tearing our damn defense apart.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, Erik Pears needs to go. He's terrible. Good Lord. Gabbert, he could. You need to see if he could be. I don't think he's the future of this team just yet. At least he hasn't proved himself enough yet. But he's playing well. He's a good fill-in for Cap, and that's that. And can we trade Kaepernick if he's on IR and doesn't recover from the surgery?
Yeah, no, they can trade Kaepernick anytime they want. He still belongs to the San Francisco 49ers all the way up until April 1st. And he could be traded. I don't know what their plan is, but
Oh, I thought he couldn't be.
Honestly, I do know their plan. What they're going to do is they're going to watch Gabbert really closely, and if it appears that they can turn Gabbert into a starting quarterback, they're going to definitely trade Cap for some first and second round draft picks if they can get them. And there's going to be some teams who will bite. If it's a third and fourth round draft pick, that'll be about as far as Baalke's going to want to go. But yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, as much as I want to, I really don't think Baalke's going to go. I think him and York are just too close, as much as I really would want him to go for all those damn busts he's brought to this team.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to go.
Yeah.
And unless bring Jaron Hayne back, but if they don't, I think they find a really good quality backup in Sean Drone. Obviously he's not a starter, but he's a pretty decent backup for Carlos Hyde when he comes back from that stretch fracture. And I don't understand why he's not back yet, because you said that Dez Bryant's, his injury was much more severe than Hyde's, and he came back much faster. I'm kind of confused as to why Hyde hasn't come back yet.
That's a good point. When a stress fracture cracks, though, as opposed to a complete break, which is probably a better thing because you can set a complete break and it should heal. A stress fracture could be any number of cracks throughout an area in his foot. Those cracks have got to be allowed to close, and I guess it takes longer because you're not cast. You just have to. It heals on its own.
And I just got one thing to say. I want you to get to these other guys real quickly, but what a bust or a terrible little signing Torrey Smith seems to be this season. $40 million, and this guy can't catch a football. I think he had a great catch today, but he had a drop too. He getting shut down by Richard Sherman.
Well, he did beat Sherman on one. What's really interesting about Torrey, of the 2 games that Gabbert's played with Torrey, he's had to make 2 extraordinary catches. Gabbert and him have to get on a little better connection. That was 2 kind of bad passes that Torrey had to make an acrobatic catch on. If they ever get on the right page together, they're going to be a tough combination.
Yeah. All right, man. See you next week.
All right. See you next week. All right. Sean, you got that mic set up all right now? Sean, I think Sean, look at your phone and see is the little icon, the mute icon, on or off, or turn your volume up or something. Still no sound? All right. Cause it. Okay. Sean, see, as I say, check your phone. There's a little icon with a slash across the microphone. If that slash is on, you got to push that and get that slash off of there, or turn your volume up. All right. Let me come back to you, Daryl.
Yo,
Daryl.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
All right. I was just sit back and just listening to all the rants from all the Niner fans.
Nothing nice.
Nothing at all, man. We just sit here just for long the depression, and I'm just too scared to go on NFL Network and shit like that. They're gonna say, "Oh well, they're all poorly. The Seahawks are back." Like, you're not fucking there. Shit. Like when they played Arizona last Sunday night, which is Arizona has a way better defense or team overall than us. They got exposed in a way. Just the penalties and all the bullshit. I swear to God, man. Every time there's shit in Seattle, that place is fucking rigged. Ever since that call, what was it? That referee call on that Monday night game against the Packers a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That proves that fucking stadium is rigged with something. Like the thing I've really been talking about, like especially what was it a defenseless player, that call on Patton. What was that one? Was it him or was it somebody else who did this was against the Seahawks on that Thursday night game a couple weeks ago. He got called for unsportsmanlike conduct for talking to the ref because it was there was clearly fair catch interference. I think was it on Ellington, I believe? That pissed me the fuck off. I broke a glass. I was ranted that day, and my dad almost beat the shit out of me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I swear to God, like these refs are like this. The NFL is clearly rigged. Like going back to the NFC Championship game 2 years. What was it? A year or 2 years ago? That in Seattle. That was the most rigged, fucked up game I've ever seen ever. My whole life living. That was the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. If you look back at it, man.
And you're right about Seattle because Detroit was not supposed to lose that game a few weeks ago.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with that, man. I mean, I support Detroit, man. I mean, I know they're bad and all that, but they're not really that much of a bad team if you think of it. I mean, yeah, Oakland wasn't even there today. I mean, I watched that game. I'm like, okay, like it's just field goal to field goal. Yeah. I'm like, And I haven't said the same thing because I did what Raiders because I'm in Vallejo, so I'm on the East Bay, so I have Niners, Raiders, and all that. They talk trash about, oh yeah, we're gonna make the wild card or release or make the playoffs. We want to go to the Super Bowl and all that. I'm like, let me tell you something straight. If you can't have a defense like our defense that cannot tackle shit, you're not going nowhere. They clearly could not tackle worth the shit against Detroit. Detroit probably the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, they are. Statistically, they're about to catch up with us. They need one more win.
Yeah, I mean, here's my question, though. I mean, St. Louis lost today. I mean, I'm surprised. St. Louis just, I don't know, they're just on a big struggle. I don't know. They just lose back to back.
It's like Bruce Arians says about St. Louis, no matter what, they're an 8-8 team. They'll always be an 8-8 team.
Yeah, but here's my question, though. Here's my quick question.
Yeah.
Like, I know about Arizona's up there in Seattle. Like, I know they're gonna drop down, whatever, because I think they're playing Pittsburgh next, and I hope Pittsburgh beats the shit out of them at home just to shut them up. Like, play a solid team. But anyways, my question is, like, if they win all their games, if they could go 9-7, you think there's a possibility that they can sneak into the playoffs?
Wild card? 9-7 will get you. 9-7 will get you into the playoffs this year. Nobody can play. You know how many teams are below 500 or 500 or below right now? Just about. I mean, there's only a few teams that are above 500. A few, very few.
Very few of them.
Yeah, 9-7 will get you in the playoffs.
Yeah, it could, but just the division's tough. But if St. Louis keeps losing in Seattle, which they should lose, because honestly, Arizona is they're going to be on top of the division regardless, and I think they might win the division. Maybe we can get into third place at the most. If we get into second place, I'll be really fucking surprised.
Oh, just look like a competitive team. That's all I want. Even if you don't make the playoffs, just look like a somewhat decent team.
Hey, even though if we don't make it, man, we can also be what do you call it? We could be a spoiler. We can knock some teams out of the playoffs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Beat them good, man.
Rams the last game. Joe, we got to move, man, because I got my own run out of time. And, all right. So we'll see you next week, bro.
All right. Next one, bro.
All right.
Peace.
What we got? Okay. And with that said, we ran out of time. Man, I tell you what, I know how you feel. This game was one we didn't even need to play. If that's all we were going to do, we could have stayed home. The 49ers did not have the same intense feeling as we did going into that game, apparently. Not the defense anyway. The offense, I don't have a problem with the offense. The defense absolutely sucked. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we will not be talking about using words like suck and anything else relating to a bad game. I ain't even got shot. See you next week. Good Lord.